Hey, what's going on, everyone? Happy Saturday. Hopefully, you guys having a good one so far. I'm just going to give a brief synopsis on how to keep your sanity, protecting your peace, and then I'll basically just end it with, something that, came across my mind that I did want to share. That's kind of in relation to this, but, when I get there, then, you'll hear it. Um, but yeah, I just want to give a brief synopsis on this here when it comes to protecting your peace and keeping your sanity, right? So, like when it comes to maintaining your sanity, especially nowadays, it's crucial. It's very crucial. You know, just think about like the constant demands of just life. It's very easy to get overwhelmed with that, and you can also lose your grip on reality too. But I believe it's essential to just try to prioritize, um, like our mental well-being and try to make a conscious effort to, protect our peace any way that we can. We're constantly connected to our devices, right? Phones, computers, whatever, social media too, the news, even though a lot of it is just basically more of the same stuff, you know, or recycled news, so to speak. They constantly talk about the same thing day after day after day after day. But, you know, those things can make it challenging to kind of like disconnect and unwind, for the most part, especially social media. That can be toxic, making us feel like we're not good enough. And it can kind of fuel like those unrealistic expectations and comparisons as well. And then add to that, the uncertainties of like the global economy, politics too, environmental issues as well. And it's no wonder why, anxiety is on the rise or at an all-time high, in depression too, and then think about the pressure to be perfect, like, well, when it comes to that, it's like nobody's perfect, but just the pressure to, you know, make it look like you're squeaky clean on the outside, even though inside you have things going on. We all do. So that's why I'm like, nobody's perfect, you know. But yeah, just the pressure to try to do that, to constantly be productive and to always be available, that can be suffocating too. It's like we're trapped in a never ending cycle of that stress and that anxiety with no escape in sight. And if we're not careful, we can lose ourselves in the midst of all this chaos, and our mental health can suffer as a result too. And, if that's not enough, think about like the constant bombardment of like negative news, like how that can make us feel helpless in a way, as if like we're stuck in a rut with no way out. And there's no wonder why a lot of us, we feel like we're on the brink of a potential nervous breakdown, with our sanity hanging on by a thread, you know. And I think with that, I probably would have to say, um, setting boundaries is good to like try to protect our peace, like especially our mental peace, you know. And that pretty much means like learning to say no to commitments that could kind of drain your energy, but to the things that can kind of nourish our minds and bodies, things of that nature, you can say yes to those. It's really about recognizing our limits and trying not to take on, too much, so that way we can preserve, our mental and emotional well-being too, and our energy as well. I think mindfulness is key, for maintaining our sanity, like by being present in the moment, letting go, or at least trying to let go of like distractions. Um, and by doing that, we can kind of like calm our minds and reduce stress and things of that nature. It's about being intentional, like with our time, and trying to make those conscious choices that align with our values and our priorities as well. Um, Trying to disconnect from technology or social media, whatever, is crucial as well. It's okay to like take breaks from social media or our devices. It's okay. You know, those that know you and you do that, they're gonna have an understanding. They're not gonna feel a type of way like if you're not around anymore. Then it's like you know, they feel like you're neglecting them. It's like no, like try to have an understanding that I need to take a break every now and then just to try to like you know uh, maintain my sanity or protect my peace. Because if I'm on it too much, then it's like I could lose my mind. I'm not saying me, But I'm just saying I as like, in general. Like you could probably lose your mind after at some point. So sometimes you just have to take breaks. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So even if you have to do a detox, you know, and try to engage in things that kind of like relax you. Like for me, um, obviously prayer is one. Um, Doing my word search and crossword puzzles and books. I love doing those because it helps keep my mind sharp. There's something else, but it's not coming to me right now. But I know there's another thing. Maybe it'll come back later. But those are just some things that I do to like help keep me at peace and stuff like that. So aside from exercising and going for walks and stuff like that, or going for a drive, like whatever it is, we just have to make time for, self care and really try to prioritize our mental health, you know. Um, but yeah, man, it's like when it comes to something like this, it definitely requires like intention for sure. You got to be committed to doing it, and even trying to practice it too. And whenever you set boundaries and try to like, practice mindfulness and disconnect from technology or your phone or social media and really just try to be kind to yourself, I feel like, we can really safeguard our sanity and really maintain our well-being, you know. So, but yeah, I just want to give a brief synopsis on this here, how to keep your sanity and protecting your peace. There's quite a few ways in doing so. And I feel like, with this, you can definitely do that, right? Now, earlier I mentioned I was going to bring something up um, towards the end, and I'm going to now that, popped in my mind. It may have something to do with this. It might tie into it in some way, shape, or form, but I'll get right to it. So, not everybody that I guess uh, follows you or subscribes to you or whatever is a fan. Not everybody that does it is a fan. Oftentimes, I feel like some people are just lurking out of pure envy, even if it's family, unfortunately. Like they could be stalking, like, your every post, especially like on social media, to hate on your rise or your glow up or your progression. They might be um, trying to look down on your success, and they can even be salty about the love you get too. A lot of times they just follow you to keep tabs and then just to turn around and then just run their mouth and gossip and stuff like that, right? But here's the tea with that, right? Regardless of what they're doing, you're still winning, you're still thriving, you're still shining. So just remember, happy people don't hate, and the haters, well, they're not happy. So just keep killing the game, you know, keep y'all number one like you've been doing, and it's only up from here. So, but yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit the like if you haven't when you first came in, or if you at least if you haven't throughout the duration of the video. I greatly appreciate that. And as always, continue to stay safe, continue to stay hydrated and monitor your health, and continue to be blessed and encouraged. Y'all take care and have a good one.